Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live
Hi.
cast for Time to Talk Watches. Today we're with Leslie at Ladies
Yes,
Wrist.
hi.
Hello, everybody. I hope you can see her.
Hi.
Okay, probably yes. I'm having a look at
Yes.
the feed, so it may be working. Leslie has some internet problems, so please bear with us if something goes terribly wrong. Okay,
Yes.
be patient. We're doing our best. Anyway, so today's subject. First of all, Leslie, thank you for coming over.
Oh
I mean, I
no,
suppose we
thank
haven't
you.
spoken for a long time, so I was really looking forward to having a chat with you.
Me
And
too. Me too.
since it's online, why not do it online so
Yeah,
people can join in?
exactly. That's
And
true.
most of the time we've been like not we've been talking anyway. I suppose we haven't really done any video chatting, but we've been in touch
Mm-mm.
since everything went, since COVID took over our lives, I
Yes.
suppose. But
Yeah,
it's good to see you in the flesh again. And
same.
yeah,
Yes.
so now you're where? Now you're where are you? You're no longer in Florida, right?
Nope, nope. I'm wearing a sweater, see?
Oh,
Two actually. So
it's
I'm in
cold.
France at my yes, oh yes, it's very different. It's not that cold, but coming from somewhere where it's like so warm and hot and humid and going to like somewhere that it's kind of like drastically different, the change is very brutal in a way. So yeah, it took us a few days to just not be
Get
really
used to
really
the
cold
cold, yeah.
and not move. Yes, get used to it, exactly. So yeah, we're in France with my son, and we're in the southeast in Lyon,
Yeah,
so
I've been
near
to
the
Lyon.
in the Alps region. Yeah,
Yeah,
good food,
good
very good
food.
food,
Yeah,
and good
excellent
wine,
food.
obviously.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
It's the Bocuse is from
For
Lyon,
sure.
right?
Yes, yep.
Exactly.
and
So I
and that was
mean,
the plan. Right? That was the plan. The plan was to finally go to Bocuse, and everything's closed. All the restaurants are closed until mid January, I think, so far. And I mean, we won't be there. So, yeah, no restaurants for us this
that's so
time. It's
sad.
quite strange.
It
It
is. Yeah, no
is. It
restaurants
really
open
is.
in
Yeah.
France. I mean, that sounds like
What's up
it's
with that, right?
sacrilege. It's the same here,
Yes.
actually. It's in Italy.
Yeah.
We're going to start opening restaurants maybe next week. Only four people per table.
Okay.
Boring, well, whatever. Better
Yeah,
than
but
nothing, I suppose.
at least it's open. And I mean, I guess with social distance, you could still do that. You could open a restaurant, and let's say it's one table out of three can be busy with
Yeah,
people. So
yeah,
you
I
can
get it.
still have at least a little bit of something. But again, I don't know if it's too little to make a restaurant work. I don't know. But yeah, here everything's closed, and it's very strange. We
Yeah,
have to have like a form to go out.
yeah. The same. It was the same here up to a few weeks
That
ago.
also,
So yeah, I know
yeah,
it's crazy.
you know, it's
Good.
crazy. I mean, it's good that they're taking it that seriously because it's very serious,
It is.
but
Yeah.
it's very strange. Yeah.
Not taking it so seriously in the United States, unfortunately.
I don't, I don't do
Yeah,
most people over there believe in it? I think
I
they,
know, I
no,
know.
yeah,
It's
whatever.
pretty
It's a different
depressing
story.
seeing that kind of stuff. But anyway, so let's go to lighter,
Yeah.
some lighter items. One of
Yes.
today, what are we talking about today? Anyway, so two things. Leslie started together with. Oh, first of all, wrist check. Forgot about that. What are you
Oh,
wearing?
yes.
Forgot to
So
ask.
I am
Go.
wearing my Omega. That's the Speedmaster Moon to Mars edition. It's been on
Oh, I
my
love that
wrist for
one.
the last few weeks. I'm not taking it off. I mean, I do
I
have
love
other
that
watches,
watch.
but this one just, yeah, it just feels like, I don't know. I haven't been wearing it a lot since I got it last year, but yeah, it's very festive. It has all the right colors, and it's a gray watch. On the bracelet, it looks dress up, but not too much. It just looks, I don't know, it fits everything, every situation and outfit. So it's been my watch to go lately.
Just for our viewers who are watching on Instagram, if you want to see a proper on Instagram, it's terrible because you
Oh,
can only
thank
see a
you.
bit of us. If you want to see this properly, yeah, lovely watch. Go to the address so that you can read below. It's live.tttw.tube. If you go to that address, it's a YouTube channel, and you can see the stream correctly. It is on Instagram, but Instagram is just like it's pointing you to go someplace else. So just go to live.tttw.tube, and you can enjoy it the way it's supposed to be enjoyed, and not just seeing bits of us. I'll show you what it looks like on Instagram right now, which is pretty silly, but it's like that. Whoa, you can only see the middle bit, which is terrible. So anyway, go to the address that's on the bottom of the screen on Instagram, and you'll get the full picture. Anyway, so I love that Speedmaster. I know it's pretty expensive. It's not something I can afford, I think. It's
Well, I honestly, I had it has a kind of a beautiful story, because it's a very good friend of mine who used to have it and was wearing it all the time. And at some point, something in his life changed, and he shifted his focus from collecting watches to opening his own business. And so his interest changed. And he kind of like sold all of his watches, and he knew I always liked that one. So he's like, hey, I'm selling it, but I'd rather it's to go to a collector, someone who will enjoy it. So he sold it to me. So I got it pre-owned, and it wasn't. I mean, I can see it on Chrono24 for selling. Like a lot, and there's not that many, because it's special edition, and it's sold out. But yeah, I'm okay with getting them pre-owned, especially when I know they've been really loved. This one has been loved a lot. So yes, he took great care of it, and but I know, he took great care of it, and he really, I really liked it. So
and staying on the space theme, I didn't do this. We didn't call each other and told us which watches we were wearing. I'm wearing my Unimatic NASA. Let's try getting it that. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is also a limited edition. It's one of those 50 pieces. And
we were talking about that not too long ago, about NASA edition watches. Then you were telling me that you got it. So nice.
Stay tuned, because there's some coming up on the on the stream as well. So that's actually, it's also a funny story, because this is the watch that got me into Red Bar, into the Watch Fam, into everything, because I bought the watch, and then some guy on Instagram contacted me, who's another guy, one of the other 50 people who'd got one of these watches. They're sold out in 1 minute. It was on the website, and in 1 minute they were gone completely. And it was, this guy tasked himself to find all the 50 people who'd bought the watch. So he was looking on Instagram.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he found like 25, I think, people. We still don't know where the other 25 are. So we know who know. I know the people at Unimatic quite well. I've met them on occasion, and they know who they sold them to, but they're not telling us. But it's for privacy reasons.
That's awesome, though. Yeah, of course. But that's awesome, though. That's
a
really
nice
cool.
piece,
That's a really cool story. Yeah.
So the other thing we want to talk about is you and Ernesto Guapo starting a podcast. Now, that's a pretty involved thing, isn't it? It's not easy, and I'm sure it's. How did this begin?
Well, that was his idea, and I reached out saying, "Hey, I'm thinking of starting a podcast, and I don't think of anyone else to start it with but you. So basically, long story short, are you interested?" And it seemed really exciting. I didn't know if I would be up to the task, because it was something quite new, and I wasn't really listening to a lot of podcasts. So I was like, well, let me think about it. I didn't want to disappoint him. I thought the idea was extremely, really cool. And of course I wanted to be a part of it, but I didn't want to start something and be like, kind of like not be 100%, or like not really knowing, like I didn't really know what I was doing really. So we looked into it, and we were spending so much time on the phone talking about watches that it was very easy in terms of like finding ideas and what we were going to talk, and we already had like some good chemistry, because we were already friends for quite a few years. But the actual implementation of it was interesting. We learned a lot, for sure. Building a website, recording, editing. Yeah.
Yeah, editing's a pain,
That
isn't it?
was it.
Editing and
Well, he's doing
podcasts.
the editing. He really wanted to do the editing. He's like, please let me try. I want to learn. I'm like, well, sure, I'll do the website. And so he's doing most like, yeah, he's doing the editing and he's doing a really good job actually. Like, so much so fast. So
It's
yeah.
editing is actually I do video editing and that's also like a pain. But
Mm-hmm.
podcast editing is not less difficult because you have to find a way to when people talk over each other you have to it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You have two tracks of
Mm,
audio and you have to play around with them. Ricky from Scottish Watches, he's an expert at that because he's edited
yeah.
like 200 podcasts, the Scottish Watches podcast, and
Yeah.
he's really good. He's really into that. So we talk on sometimes about that, and he says, no, editing a podcast is the secret sauce. Getting it right and making
Yeah.
people enjoy the podcast is the
Yeah.
important thing. It has to be clear. It doesn't the audio has to be good. People don't have to be talking over each other. So it's
Hmm.
a
For
difficult
sure.
balance. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
off,
Because it has to
and
seems. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and how many episodes have you published?
So five, we're at five. So it's, beginning, but we're enjoying it a lot. And we're having some very good feedback too. So it makes it even more enjoyable, actually.
It's nice to hear from your fans, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it's quite strange. I mean, we're like very surprised. We didn't expect it because it started just as something, fun, and we had no ambition really. So we were like, well, let's do it. And yeah, we're having some very good feedback. There's still a lot of things that we can like promoting it, for example. We could be a lot better at it, and we're going to be changing the format next year. We're going to implement new things. We want to like involve more people, more collectors, because we know so many collectors, and it's more fun when we like
Have
when we have
guests,
more
have
people
like, yeah.
involved. Yes, when you have guests. Yes, exactly. So we're gonna do that. Q&A seems interesting too. So yeah, so stay tuned.
Oh, I
It's
am.
gonna be more fun,
I
hopefully.
have to catch up on number five. I'm at number four now, so give me time. Well, I
Okay,
mean,
yeah.
it's really actually it's excellent. If
Oh, thank
for
you.
something that's at the beginning, because usually things start slowly and they get
Hmm.
better with time. For something that you've started off like right now, it's
Hmm.
incredibly mature. The quality is really
Oh,
good.
thank you.
You and Ernesto have great kind of chemistry between you, which is really good. So
Yes.
it's really enjoyable. It's not it's just under an hour, so sometimes like 40, 50 minutes, 50. So
Hmm.
it's okay. It's something that people can listen to on a commute
Yes.
or at any time, really. So while
And that
doing
was the
some,
goal, really, to keep it like short because it could be much longer, as we know. Talking about watches, it's endless, right? So we wanted to keep it shorter. It's a bit hard. We have to really time ourselves and look at like the time and be like, okay, well, at this time we need to be talking about this because otherwise, yeah, it's much longer than an hour. But yes, it's thank you so much for the the compliment. It means a lot because
it's
you're like a pro. You and Scottish watches, like, yeah, you're
well,
you're really on it.
we're pros, but even pros can mess things up. So I suppose that we're pros until we mess
Yeah,
something up, and it's been okay up to now. We haven't I haven't.
yeah,
I
it's
don't
been
think I've
very
made
good.
many major. I'm doing. I mean, I'm trying to get
Oh,
more involved in the live part of Scottish Watches.
hmm.
So I'm hosting tomorrow's. I'll be hosting tomorrow's Scottish Watches live on YouTube. So tomorrow it's going to be
Yes,
me with I don't know how many other people, but we're still getting trying to gather some
that's
people for
cool.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
So we're going to be talking about
yeah,
stuff.
because it's every Friday.
Every Friday at 5 p.m., 4 p.m. in London,
Hmm.
5 p.m. European time, and I'm on
Hmm.
leave this week, so I've got some time to do that. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to do it. I mean, I can if we plan it beforehand, I can get an hour or two off to prepare because it takes a little preparation. So it's not something that you just jump
Hmm.
into. You need a little bit of preparation for it.
Hmm.
And I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. Hope we don't have any
Yeah, me
technical
too.
hiccups. Technical hiccups like today with internet and everything just not working. Well,
Oh
just
gosh. Well, it is, but it's just very slow, and yeah, I didn't know it would be that slow. So
and
yeah.
I think I'm looking at the feed right now, and it's working. So we're
Okay,
both.
good,
It's on YouTube
good.
now.
Okay, yes.
There's about 12 seconds delay, which is normal for a live feed.
Okay,
But it seems to be working, so at least I can see both of us, not just a black screen or
good.
something, which is not good.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. Yeah.
And how did it? How long have you had this idea, starting the podcast? Was it just
It's
something
been
like
a few. Mhm.
nothing? Go.
We started it. Yeah, we started it. So this summer, we started talking about it, and it took about maybe 2 months to have a few episodes and edit a few, have a few pages ready on the website. Simply because and it was like mostly my fault. I didn't have any mic. I didn't have anything to record it properly, so I had to order everything. And at the time, because of like the coronavirus, there's been a lot of the things were sold out, and
Yeah.
they were not receiving any shipment from China, and so everything I wanted to buy was sold out, or would take forever to get here. And yeah, so
Yeah.
that delayed it a little bit, but it's fine because we were working on other things. IDs like a name. We had to find a name, and like kind of like a visual identity too. So
Who
it
did the
was like no
logo?
rush.
Who did the
I
logo?
did.
You
I
did.
did.
I was wondering if it was you. You're an
Yes, it
artist.
was me. Well, I think
You
I
are.
don't know. It's been like I used to do that. I have like a small degree in graphic design, so I did a few logos, but it's been like it was in another life. So going back
Another life. Oh
into
my God.
yeah, but I mean, you lose it pretty quickly, apparently. So going back to Illustrator, finding and it wasn't just my logo; it was like a combination of the both of us and implementing our ideas and what did we want, and we had to find like a proper name first. So I mean, like everything will evolve a little bit, and I'm sure over time it's just gonna like change. But that's the idea of it. Yeah, yeah. I do the logo. Yeah.
Yeah, but look at my crappy logo. I mean, I did that, and it's just it's
No,
crappy. It's just so
it's
childish. I didn't know.
it's not. It's just and the thing is, it's clean and it works. And the good thing is that it has to work when it's small and when it's big, and it has to work black and white.
Yeah,
That's
I
at
know.
least the rules that they taught me. And so yours works perfectly, and it's very recognizable too. And I mean, you've had it for how long?
Well, when I started off, well, don't remember. When
Yeah.
did I start off? A year ago, I suppose, more or less.
Okay.
A year and a half.
Damn, you did
The
all this in a
summer
year?
2019, yeah, when I did my first video on the
Okay.
Unimatic I'm wearing today. That was my first YouTube
Okay.
video. And yeah, so I'm
Nice.
my brother who's like he likes things and graphics design and stuff. He said, "Why don't you make it
Yeah.
look better?" I said, "I don't know. I'm kind of fond of it now. I mean, even if it is like
And the
really
thing is that it's
basic."
you. Well, when we see it, we automatically think of you, and that's how branding works.
Exactly.
It's.
You got to like
Oh, I
establish the
will really
brand
change.
and then not change it too much. Otherwise, people, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you get
we're talking
confused.
about
Yeah, for
brands
sure.
like we're like Rolex or something. We're not.
Talk
But
about branding, right?
yeah. But
But
no, no.
still, yeah.
I get I get it. So yeah, it is sort of it can be. Just a second. I'm going to put your name in, Leslie, because Leslie. I'm going to put your at ladies wrist because I want people to
Oh,
read that.
thanks.
Just a second, if it works.
Hmm.
Ladies wrist. There we go. And then we have to
Oh
go.
yeah, I see it.
Okay, good. That was missing. I don't know why. Oh, it's got this little go to live duty. I'm going to keep that there, but the little branding thing. I'm going to next time I'll move it to the
Yeah.
top of the screen. Anyway, So, hoping people from Instagram come over here, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway,
Yay.
so no, about the podcast. Okay, so let's start with the main topic. So, what we decided to talk about three watches each that we didn't pull the trigger
Mhm.
on when they came out, and then we said, "Oh, why didn't we buy that?" Regret, those big regrets, bygones and stuff. So why didn't we?
Oh
And we
gosh.
each picked three, and we are going to show them to you now. So let's try this. I hope it works. So we go, and the slideshow is live. Watches we regret not buying, and the subtitle is "and have since gone up in price," because that's it,
Oh
right?
yeah.
because because if you
Otherwise,
don't,
yeah, you get
you can
it.
always buy it, right? I suppose. Why not? So that's the main thing is, okay, we didn't buy them, then they shot up in price, and we were left regretting it. Well,
Yeah,
so we're going to start with
big
your watch,
time.
Leslie, and it's the Grand Seiko Kirazuri US
Oh,
exclusive, and I hope you guys can see this watch. It looks absolutely stunning. That I don't know if it's what color's the dial. I mean, is it white? Is it turk? It's
it's
kind of
blue, and there's a special technique for it, and it's like a really kind of like an icy blue. And so it changes with the light. Sometimes it looks a little bit more silver, sometimes a little bit more like blue.
whiter. For
Not
instance,
a
in this
deep
slide right
blue.
now, it looks white. In the first slide, I'm just
Yeah,
showing, it looks very, very light shade of sky blue, kind of very, very, very light. Yeah.
yeah. And so they call it like a sort of like sparkling painting. And so it's really, so it has like, it doesn't have so much depth, but it's not flat either. There's like a texture, and
It looks
it's
like
just
snowflakes.
really yes, yeah. I mean, it's not the same blue as the blue
No.
snowflake, because you
Yeah.
have like, yeah, the blue snowflake from Grand Seiko. So it's not the same. It's more silvery, and it's just like incredible. And I saw it online, and I was like, oh, it looks gorgeous. And then I saw someone wearing it, and it was really that love at first sight. And I've been obsessed ever since. And I had the occasion to buy it, but
At
I
list
wasn't quick
price.
enough
Did
on
you have
it.
it by? Could you buy it at
Yeah,
list? Yeah. Which was
I could have, like,
because
really.
this
And,
watch
and I was
was
like,
like six
oh,
thousand eight hundred dollars when it came out. Now
yeah.
it's like double that
And
price
I'm like,
for the thing,
it's a lot. Yes. Oh, I
or
see. For
more.
13 grand. It's and I was like, well, it's a lot of money. And honestly, not getting a discount on it. I know it's a limited edition. So I really hesitated. I mean, I was going to pull the trigger, but I needed a few days to really just, gather myself and just, yeah, pull the trigger. And in that meantime, it got sold. And that was really because there was one available in the like in my company at the time. So I was like, because it took me a while, but and anyway, yeah, it's my big regret. Like, this is what, like, my one, if I were to choose just one watch, there's a few that I'm regretting, but this is it. And now it's like, yeah, 13 grand. And with the polishing, the Zaratsu polishing, it's just better if you get it brand new, or new in box. And because as soon as you have a little scratch on it, it's okay, but then at some point it has to go back to Japan. They don't service, like, they don't polish back the watches here in the
To get them
US or
polished.
in
No,
Europe.
yeah,
And polishing removes metal, so I'm not really too fond of it. So anyway, this
no,
is like my major regret. Yeah, big time.
yeah.
Big
It
time.
is actually, it's a stunning. I mean, Grand Seiko sure knows how to do a dial. I mean, they really, really know how to do a dial. I mean, you can, they're incredible. And I've got
They
one.
really
I've
are.
got the Quartz Grand Seiko, and it's not a special
Hmm.
dial. It's okay. It's just a sun, but the way they do it is just different from everybody else, and
They really does.
they
Even
really,
their movements, yeah, everything. Like, even for a quartz movement, it's like a really superior quartz movement. Like, it's really
yeah, it's not,
horology quartz
yeah, yeah,
movement.
made by one. They're two people who make them. They're just two people who assemble and make them in Japan. So it's not any, it's not a cheapo like quartz, it's not a swatch quartz movement.
Nope.
So, but
Nope, no,
yes,
no,
grand
not
seiko.
at all.
That's the Japanese. I mean, they have to do things perfectly, or they do not do it at all. That's the way.
Yeah,
That's their culture,
yeah,
isn't it? So, anyway,
it
so
is,
up to
and
me
everything.
now.
Yep.
This is
Mm-hmm.
my
Yep.
first regret, sort of. It's a story similar to yours in a way. So this is it. It's the Unimatic ML8 Masena Labs. I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
Unimatic. I'm wearing a Unimatic today. And this was a limited edition. I think it was 89 pieces, and it was priced at 890 US dollars. Masena is this stylist in the US who does collabs with a
Yeah.
lot of watchmakers, and Unimatic is one of the latest. They actually just launched a new one today. They just made another collab with Unimatic. It's a blue dialed watch. It's similar to. It has the kind of the that Black Bay 58 blue kind of look to it. The first one I really was hesitant because it's $890 and I had to import it into Europe because they were, even though Unimatic is an Italian company, it's based in Milan. Uh, they ship these to the United States, so they couldn't keep any
Mm.
in it. The agreement with the Masena was to ship everything over there, and they would sell from the US. So I had to import it back. Basically, with customs and shipping, it would have cost me close to €1,000. Now, keep in mind, this watch is an NH35 movement. It's not really like anything special, but it's all about styling. It's all about design. It's all about build quality because the build quality on this watch is excellent. Is really. I mean, you have to hold one in your hand to
Mm.
fully appreciate how Unimatic does the bezel click and the solidity of the case and the finishing. It's a very, very solid watch. They all have a special back. Each one has a different back engraving, which is really cool. This one has, I think that's Neptune on the back of the watch. And great loom. And the special thing about this watch was that each dial is hand painted. Each dial was singularly hand painted. And the
Wait, for
dial,
$890?
yeah, yeah.
This is
That's a good. I mean,
wow.
actually, in retrospect, it was a good price.
It was,
Also,
especially Messina Labs. They are doing some crazy collaborations, and yeah,
and the
that's
dial
wow.
is
I'm
made
I'm
of
very
copper.
surprised.
The dial
Okay,
was
hand painted.
aged copper, and each dial, every watch has a different tonality to it. So on the slide you can see now.
Oh,
I'm not sure you can see it, but every dial has a different shade of brown or chocolatey. Can be light or dark, and that's the thing that put me off. What I saw some different colors, and I said, if I get a shade which I don't like, I really wanted the dark brown. And if I get the
oh,
light brown, what am I gonna do?
I see.
So it was like,
I see.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna buy it. But then it just sold out in sold out in half an hour. I had pre-access to it, so I could buy it before the launch date. So I had guaranteed list price and everything on that. But in the end, I didn't. And then this just shot up in price. This is like $1,800 now, or you can find them on
Okay,
eBay at like 1,800, and they sell for
eighteen
about maybe
hundred.
16. So it's $1,000 more than more than
Yeah.
double the price that when it came out. And now I'm saying not because I'm not regretting it because the price shot up. I'm regretting that every time I look at this watch, I like it. So it says, why the hell
Hmm.
didn't I buy it? That was my, why didn't I? It looks like a vintage Submariner, like it's a homage sort of
Yeah.
in colors and
It's a
style
yeah.
to the old Submariners with those tropical dials, that
Tropical
aged tropical
diane.
dials. So anyway, that was
It's true.
I should
That's
have done
true.
it. I didn't do it. Bad luck, Gigi. Better luck next time.
Well,
So
live, we learn, right?
yeah,
And we
I
never
should.
know. We never know.
I know. I mean, we can just. I mean, it's nothing life changing, but I do
No.
regret it a little bit. So there we go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Leslie's watch. Okay, let's go. We watch number two. I'm gonna just share that. The Casio GMW. I'm gonna not bad with reference numbers. GMW B5000V, black aged IP. Okay, what a mouthful. So Leslie,
Yes. Yeah.
what's the
For
story
sure.
behind this watch?
Well, I found out about this one after it was already sold out, and I don't have a Casio yet, but I really always, I mean, I liked the old metal one, like the shiny old metal one was like in steel was always like since I found out about it at least it always caught my eye and Ernesto has one so showed it to me in person tried it on it looked great and one day as you always go from one page to another on the internet and I found out about that one and it really struck me it's totally my style it's rugged it looks already used and I mean it's quite a steep price for a Casio to be honest it's like
It's
new it
even
was around
steeper
$1,000
now. It was like
but now
500.
I only found one and yeah it's so
It's like
much more I found one
a
for
thousand or more dollars, I think. It used
it's
to, it
like
was
$2,000
two
and
grand.
I'm like, it's
Holy
not.
cow.
Yeah, I found it for two. I'm like, no, for a Casio, I mean, this is not. No, I can't do that. But yeah, this is like a regret for like because for for $1,000, yes, it hurts, but it was a limited edition, and it just looks really great. I love how like that treatment that they
And it's
did on
got that
it.
blue loom, blue backlight, which is absolutely looks really great in the
Yeah,
dark.
it
Yeah.
does. It does. So this is one I found out about it too late. I didn't even have the occasion to buy one because I didn't even know about it. But when I did, I was like, damn, like how come I didn't know about it sooner? And yeah, that's I mean, who knows in the end and it but yeah, still this is yeah, this is one that I'm regretting not knowing about it sooner. I would have gotten it for sure.
Actually,
For
I
sure.
saw I saw the watch when it was released. I wrote a little piece on Scottish watches, just
Oh, you
watches of the
did?
week, and this was one of them. And when I looked at it, I said, this watch they're selling like a battered. Look, it looks like a battered G-Shock. I mean, it's like.
Yeah,
And
it
then I said,
does.
why would somebody want a watch that's been like beat up and everything before you can do it? And I was like, I'm not. That's you, okay.
Apparently me, right?
So I said, I'll just buy a normal one and put it in the washing machine and see what happens, or something like that. I'm sure it would
Right?
survive because it's a G-Shock. I mean, a G-Shock will survive
Yeah,
anything,
most
basically.
likely would.
Nuclear
Yeah.
war as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But see, it's black and it's matte and it's aged. I'm not sure you can get that sort of like treatment. Like you can get that finish by just wearing one of theirs. I I,
no, I don't think so.
I
You
don't
have to
know.
like put
Maybe
it,
maybe I'm wrong, but
you would have to put it
yeah.
inside like a cement mixer or something with gravel inside, and it will probably get like
Right.
that and get nice and aged. But
Yeah, but this looks so good. It just
but now
really
that I
does.
look at
I
it,
don't
it
know.
does
It just
look
speaks
good.
to
It does
me.
look good. It does
It
look good.
speaks to me. It's a lot. It's a lot of money, but it's yeah, and it's one that yeah. Now for $2,000, there's no way I'm no. But yeah. So
2 grand for a Casio. But have you seen the Casios? They've done some of these G-Shocks, Mr. G-Shock or something. I don't remember what they are. They're these high-end G-Shocks that are like 5 grand.
oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah. There are some G-Shocks that are just incredibly expensive. I
Huh.
don't remember. Yeah,
Okay.
if you and this is like 500 new and 1,000 or 2,000 used. Okay, whatever. It's a limited edition. But
Yeah, but
there's some new G. There is these G Shocks, kind of designer G Shocks. I don't know. I just don't remember the name offhand. I would have to look it up. I'm sure people who are
yeah,
watching
I'm not
will know
really
about them.
familiar with Casio. I'm not really familiar. I'm discovering like the brand. I mean, of course, I know the G-Shock, but I didn't know it was such like. I mean, collectors can go crazy over them. They make so many edition and collaborations and things like this. I had no idea until quite recently. But it's very interesting. Honest, it's really cool. It really is. And
After
generally,
the
it's a good
G
price
Shock,
point too. So
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go next watch. Surprise,
Yes.
surprise. What did I miss out on? And it's a G-Shock. So my watch
Yeah.
is another one. We didn't actually, like I said, we didn't program that. I didn't, ask Leslie her watch.
No, we
We
didn't.
didn't, So I said this G-Shock is the G-Shock NASA. It's just a
Yeah.
basic G-Shock, really. It's just a plastic G-Shock, white.
That
I
one
forgot.
was a close contender with that with mine, the Black Edge. I was hesitating between the two, and I'm like, well, price point wise, maybe one day I'll drink too much and I'll splurge on on eBay and I'll get it. So I happy, but that's a good one. The NASA edition, oh,
Because it's just crazy.
it's a good
Because
one.
this was like $130 when it came out, and now you can't get
Yeah,
one for less than $500 or $600, which
yeah,
is which is like
yeah.
ludicrous.
Right. It
But you
is.
should have bought it. I know people who have this watch, and they were very
Yeah.
quick to buy it because as soon as it got sold out in very short. I think the first day it was they did like I think two waves or something like that, but it was just sold out both waves of supply. So that's it. Now it's only
Damn.
available on eBay or on whatever Chrono for 500. And
Yeah.
I'm a big aerospace fan, so that's why I wanted to buy it. And this watch has this kind of thing about it. It has, if you look at it, it has a moon that comes out on the dial, a little red moon, which is really cool when you turn on the backlight, and it also has a moon on the back. So it's got the NASA theme. It has an American flag on the has an American flag on the strap retainer on the holder for the the end of the strap. So it looks really cool, funky. It's
It looks really
white.
good.
It's
Yeah, it's very
and
clean.
I didn't buy it, and then it says who cares? I can just buy it. When you think about it, you think who is gonna like sell it? They probably made thousands of these. Okay, Casio says limited edition, but how many? Probably like I don't know. It's probably written somewhere. I should have done my homework. I've no idea how many
Yeah.
they made, but I'm sure they made quite a
I
few of them.
don't, I don't.
And I didn't pull the trigger,
I,
and now I am regretting it. I'm gonna have to try and get one for less than 500 somehow,
if
somehow or
yeah,
other.
I mean, same. I've been looking at them, and I think now that it's closer to Christmas, everyone is kind of jacking up the prices. So, but after the holidays, same thing. If it drops under, if it's in the 400,
Yeah,
it'll still hurt, but it
three
just
to
looks
four
so
hundred.
good,
I would spend
honestly.
I
Yeah, I
would
would
spend
spend.
300 to 400. Yeah,
Hold,
not more than not 500 or 600.
Arthur, shh.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. My
don't worry,
son is
it's your
just like
son.
banging on
Don't be
the
sorry for your
door.
son. He misses his
I,
mommy.
it does. Well, yeah, he's with grandpa, so I don't know. He's having fun. They're playing, but I guess he decided to bang on the door. So there
Okay.
you go.
So anyway, this watch missed out on it, and who knows? It's not terribly expensive, so you and I may be able to get back on that bandwagon, on that train, the train we missed. We
Yeah,
may be
let
able
me
to
know
catch
if you
again.
decide. Yeah, let me know if. I mean,
If I
I'll
find
know
one,
it
I'll
right
let
away
you
because
know.
you're
If I find more than one, I'll
you're
let you know. Because
gonna.
if I find
No,
one, I'm
for
gonna get
sure.
the
No.
first one. I'm gonna get
Yes.
first.
No, no, no. But I mean, let me know if you find one. But at the same time, I'll see the pictures, so I'll I'll know right away.
You won't
Or
have
just
to
shoot me a
ask.
text. Say,
You'll
hey,
know
I
if I
I
get one.
got one. I got one. Yes,
I'm gonna be
definitely.
boasting.
I'll be
I'm gonna be
cheering.
posting it on
Yes.
Instagram, like I found one, Leslie. There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Do an unboxing and everything. Do it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you always do it, like the right
I'll
way.
I will do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Watch number 2 for Leslie. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Bulgari Octo Finissimo Tadao Ando edition. Now, Leslie, you surprised me with this because this watch has a list price of
Yes.
$16,500. So I'm saying either you're very rich or you really saved a lot to try and buy this watch.
I would. This is a timepiece I would actually sell a few watches for. I can't believe I'm saying
Wow.
this, but
I can't believe you're saying this.
no, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, everyone has different finances and everyone's different, right? So there's no judgment here. But for me, spending this sort of money, I've never done it before. And it's just kind of like surprising that I would even consider it. But I've tried on the Octo Finissimo and I love this watch from the get-go. I loved it. I tried it in gold. I tried it in, they made it in titanium steel and black ceramic. They made it too. So I've tried all of them. I tried the Chrono, the GMT. I'm like, oh my God, I need one of each. But when they released
One
this
of
one,
each.
it was, yeah, I want, but I haven't like, it's still kind of like a lot. And And I'm like, no, I cannot. You need to have that little thing to push you over the edge to buy it, right? It's not just like a beautiful watch that just looks amazing on. It needs to be special for you to actually, I don't know, make the purchase. At least for me, it needs to have like that little something, and this one has it. I think it's just different. The case looks like the watch in itself on my wrist looks amazing, and it feels so light, and that dial, I don't know, with the ripple effect of the seconds,
That dial
and
is
for
like
this one,
it's mesmerizing. You look at it and it just
it
hypnotizes you. Go like this with a turn your head
yeah,
around.
it does, yeah, it does. It yeah, and so it was supposed to be only available in Japan. So I was considering I'm sorry, my son is talking on the
Don't
side.
worry,
So,
don't worry. It's in French. Nobody
so
understands him anyway.
it
So.
is right. Oh my goodness. And yeah, I was considering contacting my friend in Japan to get it for me, and I'm like, no. And then I found out like a week ago, that because of COVID, there's some watches that have been dispatched all over the world, and you can actually get it. Like I have some friends from from Instagram, right, who got it from New York, and I'm like, oh, no way. So yeah, if I can get my hands on it, yeah, there's probably two, three that
I
I
saw one
will
on Chrono. I saw one on
part of.
Chrono,
Yeah,
and it's around like 18, 17, 18 grand. So it's close
okay.
to the price.
I'm so sorry. I'll be right back. Sorry about that.
Okay, whoa. The troubles of being a mother. There it is. We'll just have to wait a while for Leslie to come back. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Please don't fall asleep. I have to fill in for Leslie's shoes. I'm not very good at filling in for people who leave, so bear with us a while. Yeah, this watch is, I don't know much about it. It has an incredible movement. I mean, look at the back of that. It's absolutely stunning. I'm not sure it's not a square movement. Don't know much about the Octofinissimo, but look at that, a micro rotor. If the back of that watch is just incredible. Okay, Leslie is back.
Yeah,
Hello, Leslie.
I'm back.
Okay,
Yes.
I was sharing with the viewers the back of this watch. The movement with the micro rotor is just awe-inspiring, isn't it?
Right. Right.
It's
It
awe-inspiring. It
is.
just
It.
looks like that micro rotor, just tiny, teensy little rotor, and the finishing on it is
Yeah.
just fantastic.
Yeah,
As for
if you love the style, and if you've had it on, some people think it's way too thin because it's really paper thin. So try it on for sure, and it might be a hit or miss, right? It with just a regular one, but this is limited 200 pieces. It's very special, and the design really speaks to me again. So this is yeah, this is one that I would make. I don't sell my watches. I've never sold
I know
one,
you
but for
don't. You
this
told
one.
me. You said it's like
Yeah,
selling
for
one of
this.
your sons or your children. So when you said
Yes.
I would sell them for
Well, but
this,
this
it's like, wow, this watch must be special.
it really is. It really, really is. Yes. And I don't have that kind of money to just spend, like, just to say, hey, well, let me, swipe my card or something like this. I don't. So that's why I'll have to make tough decisions.
Or
So
you
we'll
have to
see
sell
in the
your house,
future.
your car, no. Do you have a motorcycle or something like that that
Oh my gosh. No.
you don't really need? I mean, you can sell a motorcycle, you can just, okay, get a watch for it, I
At the
suppose.
same time, I'm saying I would sell a watch, but I wouldn't even know which one. So I haven't been
Yeah.
faced with that decision yet. But I know if I'm going into the store and it's there, then I'm in big trouble for sure. Yeah. And it's not reasonable. It has nothing to do with, my brain telling me to act responsibly as an adult, right?
Well, that just
It's just
doesn't
love, I
happen
guess.
with watch nerds.
Craziness.
Watch nerds don't have brains. They just they just buy stuff. That's what they do. So they don't have there's no kind of there's no security mechanism. They just see a watch and they
Yes.
want it, and you want all of them. So that's the way it works, unfortunately.
Yes.
Unfortunately for our
Yeah. Yeah.
finances, I hope we don't bury ourselves into the ground and have to go beg for food. No, beg for watches. I need money to
Right.
buy watches. That
Yeah,
would be
because you
sad.
can survive on ramen noodles,
I
right? You
suppose you can
know, like
survive.
those
Yeah, bread
little
and water. You know, yeah.
bread and water.
Pot noodles. You can do like instant noodles, and that's it. No, no fancy food.
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So last watch, and this is a watch Leslie knows a lot about because she has one. Uh,
Oh,
so my last choice, my last not choice but regret is the Back Bay 58 Blue. Now, okay, this
I
is was
remember we were talking about it when it
you were
was
talking and
released.
you
I
bought
remember.
it, so there you go. I mean, now you have it and I don't.
I again, no reason. I mean, I don't know. My brain turned off. Yeah,
Yeah, your
but
brain turns
it's
off
nice.
when you see a lovely
Yeah,
watch. Your brain
it's really nice.
automatically turns off, and your heart turns on. So that's how it works. But it was funny because this was actually quite difficult to get at launch, like a lot of stuff out of Rolex and Tudor. And I was surprised
Hmm.
that a friend of mine gave me a call and said, Gigi, I bought the watch. I got it from my AD at list price, and he kind of fell out of love with it after 2 or 3 days. I don't know
Okay.
why. So I was looking, actually, when this watch came out, I was poo-pooing it. I was saying, oh, it's just a blue. I prefer my vintage looking, 58 with the gilt and everything. And I was I don't like this blue one. And then what happens is the more I look at it, the more I say, shoot, this is a good looking watch. And this friend called me and said, "You want it for? I can sell it for you like 50 euros below list." And I said, "Like, wow, why would you do that? Nobody can get this watch." So I was thinking about it, and I said, "Should I buy it? Shouldn't I buy it?" And it was on this blue strap too. It's the blue strap. I think is, I
Yeah.
usually buy watches on a bracelet, but that blue leather strap just looks stunning on the watch. It just looks
Yeah, it
incredible.
is.
And in
Hmm.
the end, I said no. He sold it for overlist. He was doing me a favor. I didn't buy it, and then every time I go into the Tudor homepage, that's the first watch they show you. And I said, "Oh my God, it looks so good. Why didn't I buy it? Why didn't I buy it?" I know you can't get one. You can't. They're hard to get. They're not impossible. If you just maybe wait you put yourself on a short waiting list. You may they're not too difficult to get, but still, I could have had it for below list, and it was spanking new. I mean, it only had like a week on the wrist,
Hmm.
and I didn't. So that was my silly self saying, when you think about it and you say, why, didn't I do that? Now I have to,
Hmm.
if I want it, I'm going to have to pay more for it. But in the end, okay, it's just about bygones. Okay,
Yeah.
bygones. We'll see. Maybe one
How
day
much
I'll.
do they retail for now? Like, I mean, not retail. Like, how much do they sell for on the gray market?
On
I
the grey
didn't look
market,
lately.
it depends really. I think the prices on Chrono are all over the place. I mean, I don't even
Okay.
use like $4,000 or over 4,000 or it's just
Okay.
asking prices on Chrono I think are very it's just a bad indication of actually what price the watch then sells at, because then
Hmm.
that people always come down because obviously they
Yeah, they
want to
can do
sell the
that
watch. They
too.
want they
Yeah.
want they want to keep it on Chrono like for the whole for years. So I think that
Yeah.
probably you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
get one maybe 100, 200 over list because it's not a rare
Okay.
watch by any stretch of the imagination. It's a watch that you can get at list. Just be patient, and if you have a good relationship with your AD, you can probably get it at list without waiting for too long. But we'll see. I mean, it's not something. It's not like your Octofinissimo. It's not something I would sell one of my watches to get. And I still have. I got have a lot of watches with blue dials, so I can I can live without another watch with a blue dial. But I
Yeah.
do regret buying it at the time.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
can you tell
Yeah.
me about the watch since
Yeah.
you own it?
I. It's It's a very beautiful watch. And I can see, because of course there was a lot of, I don't want to say hate, but there was a lot of criticism at first, like, oh yeah, really, like they just, put blue on it and that's it. And I can see that, but it can be extremely difficult to pick a color, and they pick that color just right. It has a bit of gray in it. It's not too cold, but it's not too warm. The size is just, it's just right.
Yeah, it wears
And
perfectly for BlackBerry 15.
yeah, and in my watch box, I don't wear it as much as, let's say, my Black Bay, the regular one, the 41 millimeter. But every time I wear it, I'm like, damn, why am I not wearing it as much? So it's like very unpretentious, and it just looks, it looks okay on your watch box or wherever you put your watch. It's but when you have it on, it just looks really great. It's just fits. It's always kind of surprising me, and I'm always kind of like rediscovering it, because I'm like, oh well, let me, I have a blue the IWC Mark 18, the Petit Prince. So it's like it's a different blue, right?
It's a different blue, yeah, it's completely different, yes.
And so sometimes you want some blue and you want it to kind of like be noticed a little. So I would go with that one. But sometimes I'm like, oh, well, let's do, go through the rotation. Oh, I haven't worn this one in a while. And every time I'm surprised. It's a very, very beautiful watch. And on the strap, I've never seen this strap before. Like, I've never seen a strap like this made before. And it has a bit of it's more of an electric blue.
Yeah. Is it soft?
It's
kind
beautiful.
Of? It looks like suede-ish. It's not really suede, but it's different from the other strap.
It's very soft. It's very different, and it just looks really good too. On the NATO, it looks great as well.
Yeah,
I mean, if you can buy it with the bracelet, just buy it with the bracelet. It's more like, cost effective for sure. But then you can always add on. I really want to add the NATO to mine.
They're darnly expensive, like 300 euros.
Yeah.
They're crazy expensive.
Yeah, the NATO is like $180, and you can find a cheaper NATO. But if you wanted to go with, like the whole branding thing and the whole complete set, there you go.
I think we're gonna better have to close, Leslie. So we'll just closing now. We'll just say, where can people listen to your podcast? How do they get?
Yes.
Okay. So
it's called Bezel Banter, and so it's simply bezelbanter.com. You can go to our website, and then you can listen to the episodes there, or you can go on the Apple Podcast or Spotify podcast. If you visit my page on Instagram, you can find the links there. I don't know if you can hear, but my son is listening to jazz in the background. So
okay,
there you go.
I like your son. He's
sorry.
Cool. He's cool.
You know what? He's kind of like nonchalant about the whole thing, but he really wants me to pay attention to him. So he brought
That's
stuff
normal.
over like for the last few minutes, and now he's listening to jazz. Like, hey, I'm not making enough noise, so
Okay.
he has a little book with jazz music. So okay, fine.
And just as Bezel Banter Media on Instagram, right? And
Bezel Banter Media on Instagram. Okay. Yeah.
And if you have a podcatcher, it's just Bezel Banter. And also before saying goodbye, I wanted to remind everybody that Scottish Watches has just started in the girls at Scottish Watches have their own little live now that goes on air on a Wednesday evening at 7 p.m.
That's
I think.
awesome.
So it's Lucy, Sam from the US, and Sam from the UK that they call the time of the week, and it's all about watches and drinking. So that should be interesting. They did their first episode yesterday. Rush onto YouTube. It's on the same on the Scottish Watches Live channel. And tomorrow there's going to be another Scottish Watches Live, hopefully with me hosting it. It should be. So catch that one too. So
yeah, definitely. I'll make sure to catch that.
So let's say goodbye to our viewers. Thank you for watching us, and
thank you,
and bearing with us with all the little things that happened during the. It could have gone worse, actually. I think it went okay.
Yeah. You know what? It went fine, because there was a lot of things I couldn't see from, like, when we logged in before, and I could see all your your presentation. So
you could see the presentation. Well. Good. That's something.
Yes, I could see the presentation.
I'm happy with. At least you can see something. Can you see me now? Can you see me or not?
No, still not.
You're not losing. You're not missing much. It's just me. Okay.
No. That's. But I see a photo. That's. Yeah,
Okay.
it's but thank you for bearing with me and
No, that's
my,
no, it was fine. I'm
my
sure that everything is.
situation.
I think you're the one who's having the more problems than every, because I was looking and it's streaming okay on YouTube, so it shouldn't be much. Shouldn't
Oh,
be that.
good.
Okay,
Oh,
so you can
that's
see
good.
everything.
Okay.
So we're going to say
Yes.
goodbye. Keep saying goodbye for about
Thank you.
10 seconds because then I have to, it usually cuts. Okay, if I have to keep it rolling a bit, otherwise we cut off. So goodbye, everybody. Bye bye, and see you
Bye. Bye,
soon. Bye
guys. Thank
bye.
you. Yes, see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Bye.